At the tone, please record your message.
Yo, what up, Ree? It's your boy Wiz Khalifa, man. I just touched down, time to get fully medicated. Pick up the phone, man. I'm trying to holla at you, bro.
That's right, it's The Message on Power 106, DJ Reflex, and a special guest on the show tonight, Jaxon. Thanks for coming through tonight, bro.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
By way of New Zealand, and then raised in Texas.
Yes.
And we find you here now residing in Los Angeles on the West Coast, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about the title of this EP you just dropped, Wild West.
Wild West. Basically, it was just westward expansion, moving from South Houston all the way out to California. It's about me growing up as a person and as an artist and just living basically the last of my teenage years to my adulthood.
Yeah.
Like, Wild West. It was crazy out here, to come out young.
when you made that transition from Texas to California, musically, what kind of differences did you notice just culturally about the
culture? Like, okay, for sure. When I moved out here, the whole like R&B sound was going on, and it was very DJ Mustard and just very West Coast. And for me to move from the South, I hadn't really been hearing a lot of that, so that impacted me a lot. Plus, just my surroundings and going out and being in California really just makes you a different not a different person, but like you become you become yourself when you're living on your own. And for me to grow up in California, as an adult, it impacted me more than anything, I would say, musically.
Yeah. Did you like kind of like discover any music out here when you first moved here that you hadn't you didn't know about, or was there a scene particularly? I mean, you mentioned the R&B thing, but in addition to that, was there any like vintage or old music? Because your sound is very eclectic. Or pieces of it are. Yeah. It's definitely new age, but I know you draw a lot of inspiration from different sources like Lenny Kravitz to more of an R&B, and such. So what did you discover anything when you moved out here?
Really, I didn't discover a lot of like newer music until like the last 2 years. When I was first out here, it was a lot of the R&B feel was what I was listening to, the YGs, the Ty Dolla Signs and all. That was like the big movement of music, right? Yeah. And then over the last few years, as I was growing up, I got in touch with older music and just listened to a lot of Hendrix and some Grateful Dead and Kravitz and stuff. And that's really what just kind of started influencing me to become who I am now.
I feel like for the sound that you're making, at least in my observation, is like this is the perfect place because you have like the indie kind of rock, guitar usage of guitar in your song and such. That's like kind of represents this like indie LA, like Echo Park, like type of
lifestyle.
Vibe. You know what I mean? But that's all like in the city of Los Angeles. You just drive across town, and that you kind of have a little bit of all that influence and such, right? Let's start off with a record tonight. Let's play a new record off of Wild West. What should we play first?
Let's do Smith & Wesson.
Okay,
Smith & Wesson.
Let's play the record. We'll talk about it in just a sec. Jaxon's on the show tonight. It's The Message on Power 106.
The children don't dance out on the sidewalk. We walk the line of life on a high wire. Policemen think that he has the right to kill. We bits of dandelion floating through the wind. Whoa. My mama raised me to be a gentleman. Whoa. But in this world there's not so many gentlemen. Yeah. Mister, don't point the gun at me. I got family waiting at home for me. Mister, don't point the gun at me. We're all targets in our society. Ooh. Yellow tape on the sidewalk. Mama crying at the news. Sisters are waiting. Nothing but the blues. What happened to one love? Ooh, what happened to the world? Mama raised me a gentleman, but there's not that many gentlemen. Mister, don't point the gun at me.
That was new music right there. Smith & Wesson, and Jaxon is in the studio. Thanks for playing that record right there.
Thank you.
Off of Wild West, which is available right now. The EP is officially out. Mm-hmm. And let's talk about your sound a little bit more. In a minute, we're going to play a record called For My. That was kind of one of, if not the first record I kind of
came across
or heard of yours, and it definitely leaned more R&B. And not to say you don't have that still in there, but let's talk about this new EP. Like, where did you go musically with it?
This new sound is really, I just wanted to do something that people couldn't do just off a laptop. Like, I didn't want to make a project that somebody could just recreate. If you wanted to make a sound like Jaxon just came out with, you actually really have to go and really find riffs and get people who can play instruments and really learn that side of music. And so for me, that project is just, it embodies what I was going through, like, creatively. I wanted to do something and show people that I could do two different sides of music. As an artist, I'm an artist. I can do anything, you know?
Sure.
So I was just showing people every side that, and every way I can come. And still, if you want to listen to Jaxon, you're going to listen to Jaxon. It doesn't matter if it's a rock song or an R&B song. You know, it's just you're listening to Jaxon.
Right. If you were to hit the road right now with anybody as like a co-headliner or open for or headline, whatever, like what other artists are kind of in your arena right now that you're feeling, or that you think like you'd be a good fit for to hit the road with?
I think a dope concert would be me, Miguel, and Post Malone. Because I feel like that would bring together, literally, because I've done both sides, so I can do my R&B songs, and then I can do my rock R&B songs, and like Miguel really embodies that whole, like, just rock star life as well. And I feel like Post Malone is going into that. If you heard his new mixtape, like the last 4 songs had a lot of live production in it. Yeah. So I think that would bring out a huge crowd to come see that.
Awesome. Sure. I would go to that show. It sounds awesome. Let's go back and play this record I spoke of a few minutes ago, For My. Okay. And I know it's a huge fan favorite. And shout out to all the fans that are tuned in right now too.
Yes, thank you for listening.
And thank you for harassing me all day about when Jaxon's going to come on. But he's finally here, so we're having a good time. It's The Message on Power 6. This is For My on The Message.
I'm blacked out in the rose, battering my woes, sipping on gin, feeling like him. I've been looking for a reason to pull up a shawty skirt in the whip. And I be really bad at here, you know with the shit, so I put it in your life, I'ma make you feel it, oh yeah, yeah. I was in the club out 2 Molly, oh yeah, yeah. Ain't coming home till 6, probably, yeah. I got bitches like Prince, know my niggas get love, and I put on for myself, and I put on for myself, 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 I put on for myself.
It's The Message, Power 106, DJ Reflex, and that was For My, and Jaxon is in the building now. We took him back with that, and before we get into another record off of Wild West, let's talk some more about your plans for the next few months. Are you actually doing shows in the area? What's kind of what do you got coming up?
I think I'm gonna start. I want to do like a little mini tour, so I'm gonna start doing a couple shows up and down the coast of like California, and then if that goes well, I'm just gonna branch out throughout, the United States.
Sure. And without giving away any secrets or anything, performance-wise, how do you kind of envision the show for this? Is it a full band, or do you kind of like
it's about to be that rock star lifestyle. We're gonna have a full band, and just I really want people to walk away from the show amazed. So we're gonna go full out. I'm gonna perform some crazy stuff, do a lot of movement, get on my knees and stuff, just real like Robert Plant.
Yeah, dope. So I have the opportunity sometimes to go open for artists, and like I recently opened for Division or Majid Jordan and such, and I put a lot of time into like my set before I go on before an artist. I think about what does this audience want to hear before I want to set up the show a little bit. Tell me what you would tell the DJ opening up for you at your show. What if you were creating the playlist, or you might be creating a playlist? What's the playlist that plays before you come out on stage?
Dang. For sure, just to get them in the vibe, I'd like them to play, the Lenny Kravitz. I'd like them to play Waves by Miguel. Just a lot of records that, have that vibe that Wild West has. But I would also still want the turn-up songs. I'd want Jumpman, just to get people, because like once you get people moving in a crowd, that's really where the essence of your performance comes from. The person who sets up the playlist before you go on is part of the show still.
Yeah, so, absolutely.
Yeah, just everything that makes you want to rock out. Maybe some AC/DC, Guns N' Roses, just like really a rock opening, you know.
They should play. What was the Guns N' Roses? Was the remake that was it the one with the rain? It was the ballad.
Oh, November Rain.
Yeah, November Rain. I literally just remembered that record as you were talking about it, and I forgot about that record.
November Rain.
That record should.
Slash
I'm going to play that.
Crazy.
Yes.
Yeah. Shout out to him too for the cowboy boots. He was rocking cowboy boots in that video, and so like I started wearing cowboy boots.
That was an epic video. Let's play one more record before we get out of here. And of course, if you don't already know, give away some socials of where to find your music.
Yeah,
if you're in touch with you.
If you're looking for me, you can find me at JAXONOYS, and that's on Twitter and Instagram. And then my SoundCloud is OYS Jaxon. And then you can look me up on iTunes or Spotify. Just look up Jaxon, and I'll pop up.
I'd probably get murdered on social media if I didn't go this way. Normally, I only talk about music, but just because I know you have so many fans, the girls want to know your situation. Are you single? Are you focused? What's happening right now? And I'm only asking. And this is the first time. I think this might be the first time I've ever asked this question. And they know, like, I don't ask this shit, but I also have a job to make sure that your fans have these answers.
I have to answer this so right. I would say I'm focused, but that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, it's very vague. It's very vague. I might as well not ask the question.
You might have to come to my show to find out. You know?
Yo, Jaxon,
come and see me.
Thanks for coming, Jaxon, to the message, man. I appreciate you stopping by, and good luck with everything.
Thank you.
All right.
Timberland, best then, better now. Get yourself a pair at Robert Wayne Footwear.